US President Donald Trump has departed from Abu Dhabi, wrapping up his three-nation Gulf tour, having secured trillions of dollars in business deals and agreements.
Pope Leo XIV received an invitation to visit Ukraine from the head of Ukraine's Greek Catholic Church on Thursday.
US President Donald Trump wrapped up a successful three-nation Gulf tour, signing more than $2 trillion worth of business deals with Saudi Arabia, Qatar and the United Arab Emirates. The trip also marks several developments on the diplomacy front aimed at boosting regional stability and reviving stalled negotiations. The message from the three host nations was clear and aligned. The president must help restore peace in the Middle East using political measures and diplomacy. Trump has delivered on what he set out to do with securing investments in the US, a $1.4 trillion deal with the UAE, a $600 billion investment pledge by Saudi Arabia, and a historic $200 billion Boeing order by Qatar.
Tremendous investment in our country. And the development you just looked at, AI Plus, it's going to be purchased through mostly companies based in the United States. And the last 4 days have been really amazing.
The president also made strides in diplomacy, announcing the lifting of U.S. sanctions on Syria, pledging to continue working with Qatar over Gaza, and announcing that the U.S. is inching closer to a new nuclear deal with Iran. Laila Humaira, Euronews, Qatar.
More than 80 people were killed after Israel launched airstrikes across the Gaza Strip on Friday, according to local hospital officials. Health officials said 66 bodies were brought to Gaza's Indonesian hospital, while another 16 were taken to Nasser Hospital. Israel did not immediately issue a statement on the strikes, which forced residents to flee the Jabalia refugee camp and the town of Beit Lahia. The attacks came as US President Donald Trump concluded a regional tour of the Middle East that excluded Israel and offered no indication of progress towards a ceasefire. An Israeli blockade of the territory is now in its third month, and there had been hope that Trump's trip could facilitate the resumption of humanitarian aid. Israel says the blockade, which restricts the entry of food, fuel, medicine and other supplies, is intended to pressure Hamas into releasing the remaining hostages it holds. Earlier this week, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to escalate force in Israel's war in the Gaza Strip to destroy Hamas.
Germany's Defense Minister Boris Pistorius met with his British counterpart John Healey in Berlin to discuss ways to further support Ukraine. The meeting was the pair's first ministerial council since the signing of a military cooperation agreement last year. Russia's President Vladimir Putin and his snubbing of peace talks with Zelensky in Istanbul topped the agenda. Pistorius stressed the development could lead to a shift in Washington's approach to the war.
Wladimir Putin hat es in der Hand, den Krieg zu beenden. Er könnte nach Istanbul reisen und verhandeln. Er könnte eine Feuerpause anordnen. Nichts davon passiert. Das heißt, man könnte den Eindruck gewinnen, dass Putin hier den amerikanischen Präsidenten versucht, am Nasenring durch die Manege zu führen. Und ich bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass der amerikanische Präsident, dass ihm das nicht gefallen kann. Und das wird möglicherweise auch zu einer Änderung, weiteren Änderung auf dem eingeschlagenen Weg in seinem Verhalten führen.
Healey added that Putin's absence exposed him on the global stage.
This is a day which exposes Putin for what he is. He says he wants peace, but he rejected a full ceasefire. He says he wants to end fighting, but he continues to strike and kill Ukrainian civilians and cities. And he says he wants to talk, but he doesn't even turn up to the very conference that he called for in Istanbul today. This is Putin's war. He could end it tomorrow.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the European Union's military committee has announced that the bloc plans to significantly boost ammunition deliveries to Ukraine.
The goal is to deliver 2 million rounds of heavy caliber ammunition to your country during the current year. So it's about doubling the amount of the last year.
The EU military chief says the bloc is trying to incentivize member states to procure and produce more heavy caliber ammunition. The move aims to ensure Kyiv has sufficient resources to continue to fend off Russian attacks.
Pope Leo XIV received an invitation to visit Ukraine from the head of Ukraine's Greek Catholic Church on Thursday at the Vatican. During their meeting, he handed him a list of Ukrainian prisoners currently held by Russia and thanked Pope Leo XIV for his call for a peaceful and negotiated resolution to Russia's war in Ukraine. Under Pope Francis, the Vatican had actively supported prisoner exchanges.
Romanians will go to the polls on Sunday to choose between the independent and pro-European candidate Nicu Jordan and George Simeon, a right-wing candidate. Many are eager to vote as the race between the two gets tense. Experts expect that around 60% of Romanians will turn up to cast their ballot on Sunday, around 10% more than in the first round.
Mă aștept la o cursă foarte strânsă care se va decide în ultima zi, din ultima oră, din ultimul minut, din ultima secundă a zilei de vot. De fiecare dată noi am văzut un anumit scor în țară și apoi o răsturnare a acestuia în diaspora. De această dată cred că decisivă va fi mobilizarea alegătorilor care trăiesc în România.
Am votat pentru Uniunea Europeană, am votat pentru aceeași viață pe care o cunosc de când m-am născut. Nu știu cum se trăiește altfel, dar știu că nu vreau altceva decât ce avem acum.
Contează votul nostru, pentru noi votăm.
Mergem la vot, am fost și acum o săptămână, la ora 8:30 sunt la vot.
Both candidates support the end of the war in Ukraine, but Nicu Jordan wants to continue the support. George Simeon wishes Romania would stop aiding Ukrainians, while the independent candidate is getting support from European leaders such as Donald Tusk and Maia Sandu. George Simeon is aligning himself more with Giorgia Meloni and Mateusz Morawiecki.
Experts warn that there might not only be a political fracture within the parties, but a fracture on a societal level, as people are more and more divided between the two candidates. Whatever the result, the new president must deal with the economic impact of such instability. Maja Bondic for Euronews.
From environmental exemptions to cutting red tape, the European Commission has presented its simplification plan for the agricultural sector. Shortly after the plan was announced, European Commissioner for Agriculture Christoph Hansen gave details of the project during a meeting organized by Euronews. He said the plan is intended to benefit all players, from farmers to member states.
What is felt as administrative burden on the farm is not only CAP, there's as well environmental legislation, health and sanitary legislation, often as well national or regional legislation. So I think everybody needs to contribute to cut down this bureaucracy.
The simplification plan should save farmers €1.5 billion a year and national authorities €210 million. The package of measures is aimed in particular at small farms and organic production. It involves providing exemptions from environmental rules, also known as cross-compliance, or financial aid for practices that benefit the environment or the competitiveness of farms. The Commissioner is also keen to develop the digitalization of the sector.
So I have as a farm my digital wallet, and if the water administration needs to know something from my land, they can take it out of that. If the environmental agency needs to know something, they can take it. I think it is very important that we reduce as well the stress for our farmers, because currently it depends on the member state. They are facing 5, 6, 7 controls in a year. Yeah. And that is causing a huge stress to our farmers, and therefore we want as well to reduce these controls. And there the member states are as well to deliver. We want to reduce this to 1 control per year.
Environmental NGOs believe that this simplification threatens the environmental objectives of the agricultural sector. However, Hansen says he is responding to the concerns of farmers who have demonstrated on numerous occasions over the past year against European regulations that they believe are too restrictive.
Thai construction magnate Premche Karnasuta and 16 others surrendered to Bangkok police on Friday on criminal negligence charges. The charges relate to the fatal collapse of a high-rise building during the March 28th earthquake, which hit Myanmar and Thailand. 92 people were found dead in the rubble. Karnasuta, president of Italian Thai Development, and the others formally denied the charges.
เพราะฉะนั้นแล้วผมก็ต้องรอให้รอบด้านทุกมิติให้ครอบคลุมนะครับก็ขอยืนยันว่าเราจะดำเนินการอย่างตรงไปตรงมานะครับและดำเนินคดีผู้เกี่ยวข้องทั้งหมดทุกคนนะครับ
The building, which was under construction at the time, was the only one in Thailand to collapse in the quake. Police say the building plan didn't meet standards, with reports alleging structural flaws and poor materials. Thai media have also highlighted alleged wrongdoing and reports of the role of a Chinese joint venture partner in the project, China Railway No. 10, a company involved in infrastructure projects around the world. The epicenter of the earthquake was in central Myanmar, where it killed around 3,700 people and caused widespread damage.
Slovenian police are investigating the theft of a bronze statue of US First Lady Melania Trump. The life-size sculpture was unveiled in 2020 in her hometown of Sevnica during President Donald Trump's first term in office. A police spokesperson said they were notified of the theft on Tuesday and are working to identify those responsible.